to attend live. So everybody will receive a copy of the webinar after the presentation. So that will be coming to the email that you used for registering. But why don't we just get started? So want to get started with just some of the basics. And overall, the focus of the webinar is to help everyone that's on the call really learn the basics of what you need to know to generate both video scripts, visuals, and voiceovers using AI. And AI is something that's touching many aspects of business today. For anybody that is using video for communication, or even within an organization, whether it's uh, simple tools like Loom just for asynchronous communication. You have AI incorporated into basic tools like that, but you also have AI that's integrated into some many more sophisticated applications. And we'll cover some of that during the webinar today. So let's get started. Okay. One of the things that struck me as really amazing as we've reached the year 2025, a huge portion, as you can see, of internet traffic is actually originating with video. We actually had a webinar for anybody that's on the call that was with us a couple of weeks ago, talking about the massive shift from search, beginning with traditional search engines like Google and Yahoo and Bing and all of that, traditional SEO. Huge shift from traditional SEO to SEO that is focused on AI, where a lot of the search engines, Perplexity, Gemini, Grok, all of these different search engines are really the beginning of search. In the same way, we're seeing the same thing with video. There's a huge shift at this point. We're seeing about an annual decrease of about 25% annually, as we covered on that webinar, of searches originating with traditional search, whereas searches that are actually beginning with AI are growing by 35% annually. So for anybody that's on the webinar that wants to learn a little bit more about AI assisted search, we have a whole other presentation on that. Just shoot me a quick message or hop on a call. On this webinar, we're also going to talk about how companies are seeing video account for a larger and larger portion of their revenue. Is if a major portion of your traffic coming to your website, to your organization, what your newsletter, whatever it is coming from video, it just makes good sense that a lot of your revenue is going to be focused on in that area. So everything that we're going to cover today in this webinar is going to focus on bottom line benefits to your organization. So I just want to stress that the urgency for everyone to kind of jump on the bandwagon with video. It's no longer a nice to have, it's a need to have. So and I'm not going to read through the slides, but I do want to touch on a lot of the different points that we're covering here. One of the biggest benefits to using some of these AI assisted tools, and we have a little cheat sheet of some of the top tools that are being used nowadays, but and anybody who would like that, just shoot me a quick message. I'll be happy to send that over. But there are quite a few free and paid tools that will help you very quickly produce amazing, stunning video communications. And I think the benefits here are not just using AI to create quality end products, but really AI is able to help research and synthesize a lot of the data and details that are just so important in providing full context to presentations and information that you're communicating. AI can be used in, as we talked about at the beginning of the webinar, every aspect of video production, from the script all the way through to voiceovers, if you so choose to use AI for voiceovers. A lot of different technologies. 11 Labs is being used by a lot of major organizations, including Disney and Pixar. 11 Labs has the ability to generate synthetic voices or to take actual voices and synthesize them. So we're seeing a lot of obviously everything we just saw with the whole actors strike and all of that was heading back to some of the AI and voice production and the like. But it's really a fantastic way to both reduce the cost, the speed, and the quality of the final video production. And we've seen some really large organizations integrate AI into their whole production process. Most notable, Coca-Cola launched the Masterpiece campaign, and this was one of the first or early uses of AI in production. They used several technologies, including ChatGPT and DALI and other areas of stable diffusion, um, to really blend the Coke bottles into various artworks in the backgrounds and adapt their style to kind of match different artistic styles. So you can really get quite creative with the use of AI in production. Uh, another company, Corona, obviously a household name there, has used AI and in their video production for all types of things. YouTube Shorts, campaigns focused on different sunsets, festivals, their world tour that happened in Cape Town, South Africa. They were able to achieve with that campaign 1.3 million views in a month, and really increase the speed of their production and reduce the cost to produce it and the time, and created some amazing results. Kleenex, another household name, and it's not just major enterprise corporations using AI. There's a lot of smaller creators, and it really democratizes the whole field. But they used AI powered videos in their recent campaign with Shutterstock to utilize AI powered voiceovers in their marketing campaigns, and it's allowed them to get videos to market 90% faster, according to their team, which compared to using traditional voice artists and the like. You can obviously see the economic savings, but also, as we pointed out earlier, it's not just a dollars and cents thing. A lot of times it's, being able to take multilingual campaigns, take the same content, the same video, the same footage, and push it out to different regions to regionalize campaigns, and to get videos produced and distributed globally very quickly. Things that used to take weeks and months can now happen in days and hours. So really exciting on that end. Next, I wanted to talk about some of the key benefits of video creation using AI. And this is something that I think touches everyone that's on the call. The specific advantages of using AI in various aspects of video production, whether it's how to use these tools. And I'll mention at the end some of the top tools that we've used here at Software Oasis, and a lot of the other consulting companies on the platform use in their production and professional projects, and also the scalability of AI video creation is just tremendous. Being able to go from concept to reality to, getting a campaign launched globally in a matter of days or weeks is just unprecedented. So that's really an amazing focus of what you can and can't do with AI. I just want to throw out a little bit. I'm Michael Brunswig, for anybody that doesn't know or hasn't attended any of the webinars from our team in the past. And I actually founded the company back in the early days of the internet, 1998, and obviously have seen a lot in the journey of technology and a lot of different areas. But just wanted to throw that out there. And let's see here. So next, I want to talk about some of the challenges that a lot of organizations are overcoming, with AI assisted video production. So, up until now, the cost of a professional studio, a Pixar animated video was thousands. A basic 30-second video could cost 20 or 30 second, 20 or $30,000 to produce a production quality video. Now, it's the type of thing that can be done on a very slim budget and very quickly. So, the cost is obviously a huge, huge area. And, being able to, have control over the final production and the final results in a very granular way. So one thing that's assisted by AI that's really amazing is the ability to take a single piece of work and to use that foundation to actually take the same content, customize it, and not only regionalize it, but also to hit different ICPs and different markets and different messaging with the same video content in very unique ways. So that's something that can be automated through the use of AI and is really tremendous. Next, I want to talk a little bit about some of the growth that we're seeing in the market and some of the tools that are actually lending themselves to this growth. So overall, I think that the very first step is, in any production of any final content starts with, figuring out the messaging, the scripting, the focus of where you're heading. And that doesn't change, whether you're using AI to generate the final result or not. It's some just a basic portion of the process. But getting all of the visuals and the scenes and everything organized and structured, no longer the days of handmade storyboards and all of that. Everything is very flexible and can be automated throughout the whole process. So you still obviously need individuals that have foundational understanding of what they're doing, and you can create the final production in a lot of different ways. But someone with very basic knowledge of technology can actually be the individual driving these videos, and it's no longer a super highly specialized area or function that's required to get some pretty amazing results. So it's really democratized things in quite a way, like I had mentioned. Editing is, for anybody that's spent a lot of time working on videos, shooting the video, getting the actual scenes and all of that is piece of cake. But getting everything edited and finalized is the most time consuming portion, adding subtitles, adding translations, adding, you know, dubbing and getting the scripts to line up and the music and all of the final elements that really make a video come to life. That can take a tremendous amount of time through a lot of the traditional methods. So with these AI assisted solutions, a lot of them are getting you 90% of the way there, to the point where you can just put your individual or business touch on the final production. And another thing that I'll share, in having produced quite a few videos internally, uh, for Software Oasis, one of the things that I think is really nice, once you get a lot of these tools to the point where you're getting the final result that you're happy with, it's really rinse and repeat. You can really templatize a lot of the foundational elements that are, very similar from one video to the next, or one strategy to the next. You can have quite a bit of the foundational work done for you before you even start. And it's really AI assisting in the performance and the analysis and improving every step along the way. So that's an important component to your video production. Next, I want to talk a little bit about scaling your content strategy, and I think that comes down to a few factors. I think obviously, like anything, having a plan and a foundational vision as to where you're heading is very important. But once you have your initial strategy in place and you've started to get some content coming out the other side of your strategy funnel, being able to automate as many of the repetitive tasks as possible is really a key component of effectively utilizing AI assisted video content in your production. I also want to throw in the fact that a lot of the potential for rapid content creation comes from, really diverse marketing needs. If you have, a very regionalized offer, yes, you can get that out regionally. But let's say you want to roll that out in different regions, or with different a different focus or a different strategy in each region. That's something that you can really do using AI assisted production techniques. So, for example, let's say, your southern region has a very different use case for your product or service than a different region of the country, or a different portion of the world may use your product in a very different way. So you can really roll that out and use the technology to your advantage. So, and one thing to keep in mind, obviously, there is so much and so many amazing things that you can do using these AI assisted techniques. But one of the things to keep in mind, everything comes with many ethical considerations, and I think, it's a matter of looking at, where your organization stands, what your internal policies are, and what you've laid out for your team in terms of what policies are in place. Obviously, a lot of the basics here, your AI can take all kinds of content and synthesize and find that middle ground in terms of identifying, what the common thought is for a particular topic. But it's really very important to balance that with being sure that all of the content that you're including in your pieces have been reviewed. They're all unique. It's your vision. It's your organization's overall ideas and strategy that's presented. And you can support a lot of your content through some of these different AI algorithms and data sets to make sure that you're getting a fair and diverse representation of what's out there in the market. Lastly, you want to maintain authenticity and transparency. It's very important to be open and honest that the production and the pieces have been AI assisted. I think you're starting to see this in a lot of the platforms where they're actually marking certain pieces as AI generated, AI assisted, and it's nothing new. I mean, as I mentioned, Pixar, Disney, Kellogg's, every organization out there is using AI. But when you're posting content on YouTube or TikTok or any of these other channels, it's important to mark the content as AI generated. And my personal, you know, take on all of this is I don't think, and we haven't seen in any of the studies and the research that we've looked at, that many of the search engines, rank or de-rank content based on AI generation or not AI generation. We've done a lot of research on this topic. So I don't think it's as important how the content is produced as it is important to communicate to the individual that's actually viewing the content, that some of what they're saying is AI generated, AI created. So just want to throw that out there. And for anybody that's on the webinar that is looking for a hand in terms of how to take some of what you've learned today and push forward within your organization. Obviously, there's a ton of detail online. Hopefully, this is the very first step in your journey, or if you're a little further along the way, we have a self-guided course, which is something that's available to anybody that is on the call. You can just reach out at the QR code or up there at softwareoasis.com/strategy to get some details on that. We also have quite a few very specialized consulting firms within the Software Oasis community that do provide consulting in the area of strategy for AI video and creation and all of the different things that we've covered on the webinar today. And I'll put a link in there for anybody that's on the chat as well. But I think we've obviously covered quite a few different areas of video creation. I wanted to cover a couple of questions that have come in from the chat. So one of the questions was, let's see here. One person was indicating that AI video can actually be done, directly. It's something you can do on your own. And yes, there are just a ton of tools out there. You can even use tools like Canva and Veed, and Pictory puts out a fantastic AI video creation solution. So there are quite a few AI video tools and the like out there. But I think a lot of different tools. I think it's a matter of finding the right tool for your organization. And that's why we put together that quick little list, because it has a lot of different tools. So you can explore, even the top 10 tools just to get a good idea of what some of the different options are. And a lot of these things, it's like anything in life, you really need to experiment. You need to try. You need to figure out, time or money. It comes down to one or the other. Is it, something you want to tackle on your own? Do you want to get a little bit of professional consultation to find the right strategy and talk it out and all of that? So, I think a lot of different tools out there, are set up for this. So some of the favorite tools on this end, I see we had a couple of people ask. Uh, like I said, Canva and Veed have some great options. There's another solution called Sora, which is quite good. One of my favorites is Pictory AI, and if you send a message over, I think we have some discount codes for some of these. Runway, they have Gen 3, which is fairly new. Luma has actually been on the scene for quite a while. There's another solution, Kling, Kling, that is really great for high quality VFX and storytelling. That's pretty interesting there. Synthesia has been out there for a while for really studio quality videos, and their focus is talking head type videos. Deep Brain AI is actually, I believe, directly from Google. That's something that they have, and we actually have, if you look at the top of the site, you'll see we have some different courses. They're all in and around $20, which have details on a lot of the different technologies and how you can implement them. So really appreciate everybody taking the time out to join this webinar. We have a different webinar on a different topic each week, and we've, hopefully for everyone that's been on this webinar, you've understood or learned something new today, and hopefully this is the beginning of your next journey. But just going back to that very first slide, a very large portion of search online is starting with a video. Purchasing decisions are happening with video. Every channel that you see your kids on is starting with video, and this next generation, every generation is using video. It's just a very easy form of communication. It's a different way of starting the conversation, and even though it is asynchronous, there are quite a few technologies that are coming out that are making it the type of channel that can be two-way video. I mean, I think you can even look back to some of the early pioneers in video. You look at Skype, which is unfortunately coming into life right now, but you see a lot of these early platforms, we're ahead of their time. So anyways, anyone that would like to jump on a quick call, feel free to book a call with us, and hopefully this session has helped out. And next week we have another AI focused webinar. But last week we actually covered AI in surveillance and lip reading technology. So that webinar is available for replay as well on our YouTube channel. And we look forward to seeing everybody next week. Take care, and thanks for everyone's time.